If you're in the market for a new business intelligence tool, you might be wondering how licensing works. You've probably got different users with different user access requirements, and you need to make sure that whatever tool you choose can scale appropriately to your scenario and the way your users are going to access the application. Let's talk about the difference between named and concurrent licenses and how a great tool like Dundas BI can really help you save on the bottom line. I'm Jeff, and this is Off the Charts with Jeff. Almost every business intelligence vendor available on the market today uses something called a named or seat license. The idea behind this is that every user accessing the system has their own license that must be purchased. You have 10,000 users, and even if 99% of them don't use the tool very often, that'll be 10,000 licenses, please. So what's the alternative? That's where a concurrent license comes in. Dundas BI allows concurrency such that you can purchase a shared license and you don't have to give every single user their own license. Think of this like a parking space. If you have a building with 10,000 people, you don't want to go and build a parking lot with 10,000 spaces because people come and go, right? They only need, maybe in your case, 1,000 parking spaces to fit those 10,000 users. And that's the idea behind a concurrent license. As people come and go, they can park in the available spaces, and you, as the owner of the building, or in the case of the business intelligence tool, the software owner, doesn't have to have a license for every single person coming in. The name license that I talked about before, think of that as a reserve space. You may have users who come and go a lot, and it makes sense for them to have their own reserved spot. Dundas BI actually allows you to mix and match both concurrent and named licenses, much like you're seeing with this parking deck example. For those high availability users, give them their own license and keep your costs down. For everybody else on the fringe who doesn't need as much access, they use the shared lot, which works perfectly, balances your costs while giving everybody access to the tool. Now, what happens if you run out of concurrent licenses? Well, Dundas BI yet again brings in a unique concept called elasticity. Think of this as having an overflow lot. So if someone does come in and there's no space available for them, they can temporarily park in the overflow lot so that they're not locked out of the tool. So that's the difference. Named users amongst themselves are great for small deployments, but don't scale very well. Concurrency by itself is great, but has that issue of too many people coming in. Dundas BI gives you all three: named users, concurrent users, and that concept of elasticity, which you can use together to basically balance any licensing scenario that you have. Want to learn more? Go to our pricing page and click that big orange button at the bottom. We'll put you in touch with someone who can take you through and understand your needs and bring you to an exact licensing model that makes sense for you. No more shoving a square peg through a round hole. I hope this has been helpful for you, and if you have any questions, love to hear from you. Ask Jeff at dundas.com. Thanks for watching.